Good morning and welcome to Something Saturday. So we're actually going take two on this video because I have done it once before and it didn't work well. So I had lots more ideas in the meantime and we're going with it again. But what I want to tell you is that Lee Allen sent me this amazing card. How beautiful is this? And this was my Christmas card. And then, of course, because I'm a card maker and I come up with lots of ideas, I was looking at it like this and thinking, oh my goodness, how cool would it be to have this as like a stacked up presents card? So that's what we're going to go with instead. But how lucky am I to have an amazing team like I do that give me ideas and send me cards and things. And I just, feel really blessed with it. So, before I get going too far, I also thought we would use this absolutely gorgeous new cardstock that's called Marbled Elegance. It's a specialty designer series paper, or DSP as we like to call it in Stampin' Up world. And, let's take that out. We have got all of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 different designs in it. The front of them is all marbled with this amazing gold, which hopefully you can see there, and then the back of it has these rather lovely pieces there, and this one has little hearts in it, which really should be that way around, I guess, but anyway. So yes, this is the paper that I thought would be kind of cool to use in the card. And hopefully this time I can actually use it effectively, because when I was trying to do it last time, I had the card all made up and then went, oh, duh, I probably should have added the DSP beforehand. Oh well, never mind. Round 2. All right. So, oh yes, and I was also going to tell you that this paper is not in the catalogue, but it is online. So if anyone is interested in it, there will be a link to my blog and there'll be a click link on my blog that will take you to these papers. So let us cut this. So we want to cut it in half lengthways and pop that one out. Then we want to score it in half here, which is at 4.7, but you don't need to worry too much about the measurements because I seriously will put those on the blog for you. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take it to 1 centimetre, and then we want to go to this line here and cut off 1 centimetre that way, and then I think I'm just going to turn it over for ease. Another 1 centimetre going this way and pull it up to the same line. So then that way we can then take scissors and trim off those 2 sections there. I don't have a use for those at the moment. I'll just put them over there for now. So then this front piece we want to score, and we're going to score it, not cut it, score it at 3.7, so 3.6, excuse me, 7, 7.4, and 11.1. Oop, get back here. There we go. 11.1. Right. So then we will have that like that. Okay. So then we want the 2 boxes that are going to go on top of it, and they are going to be 12 centimetres. So 12 centimetres long, and then by 6.5 centimetres wide is the one that I went with. And then we have a little piece there that we'll use later. And then this one gets scored, because it's 12 centimetres, it gets scored at 3s. So we've got 3, 6, 9, and then obviously the cut is 12. So we've got that piece that's going to sit on top of there. And then we need one more, which is going to be 10 centimetres by 4.5 centimetres. So 4.5 centimetres by 10 centimeters. So 10 is there. We're going to trim that off, and we're actually going to discard this piece. We're going to throw something out. Dear, sacrilege. And then we want to score this at 7.5, 5, and 2.5. As I say, don't worry too much about the measurements because I will definitely put those on my blog for you. So then you will have this little piece which will sit. So you'll have one piece there, one piece there, and then you've got room for a saying or something up the top. Okay. So the bit that I missed last time, which was probably kind of crucial because it was really going to make a huge difference, is to actually put some designer series paper into the backing of it. Yes, I know, clever, hey? I actually think this would be nice, or do I want to go with something that is completely different? And now for something completely different. Oh my goodness, I do not know. Oh, I like that one. That's nice. Maybe I'll go with this one for the background of it. All right, so this is probably cut to 4 inches, I would imagine. Might trim it down a bit. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, 4 inches. Oh, wow, that worked well. Hang on just a minute. Let me just do that to it. And hopefully that's going to work. Okay, so 4 inches. It will give it a tiny border, and then we actually need this to be marginally smaller. Literally about there, really. Oh, that's about where the top of that white peak bit is on it. All right, I can do that. About there. And we have that little pretty piece. Oh, that's quite cute, actually. I've managed to get a row of hearts in there. Close enough. If you really wanted to be totally accurate with it, measure it. But I'm not particularly accurate, in case you hadn't noticed when you've watched my blogs before. And I'm going to have to blow my nose now that I sneezed. Excuse me. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and add that directly onto the back there. And I think there's more gold there, so let's pop the gold up the top. That looks about right. Advantage of the Tombow is that you can move it for a few short seconds after you've put it on. All right, so then we want to also add a bit of something to our gifts, which I also managed to forget in the last video. So I really wasn't doing so well at that point. That was the point where I went, oh my goodness, I am ditching this card. So now I've got to make decisions about what I'm going to put onto this. What am I going to do? All right. So we know that this is 8.5 centimeters. So what I might do is cut my little piece to 8 centimeters by, it's 3.7 along here, so 3.2 will do. Let's just use a bit of this one. So therefore, what did I just say? 8 centimeters by 3.2. No. On the other side of this. It's not terribly inspiring if I was to use the other side of it either. Oh, stuff it. 8 centimetres, 3.2, and again 3. Is that 2? Yes, that's 2.2. All right, so those 2 pieces are going to sit onto there, and I want the swirl to sort of like carry on up, as it were, on that one present. So that is why I have cut them together. Let's attach that onto there, and we want a little bit of a gap going all the way around it. And the same with this piece. So then I hope that I'm right in putting that on now. So what you now want to do is just add a little bit of glue onto this section here. And then you can literally just fold it over and glue it down. So just bear in mind your card needs to fold in this direction, because if you have it folding in that direction and then it doesn't fold in this direction when you want it to go into the envelope, you could have a serious problem. Just saying. Okay, so that is going to be our base one. So cute. Okay, and then we want our next one, and we need to decorate up these 2 middle panels. So let us find something with which to decorate up the middle panel. I wonder if I should use some of that in the middle. I mean, seems a bit pointless not using it because, you know, it's already there and it's kind of half cut. And okay, we're just going to go for it. So in this particular case, this one I believe was 6.5 centimetres, so we'll cut it at 6 centimetres, and then we'll go with 2.5, 5 centimetres, so 2.5 centimetres. So, oops, nope. In fact, yeah, let's cut it at 5 centimetres. Let's cut it at 6 centimetres. And let's halve it again at 2.5 centimetres. I know what I'm doing, trust me. That might have seemed a really weird way of doing it, but there was a method in my madness, as it were. So I'm going to try and keep those 2 in the right place. So I want one there and one there. Oh, well, I don't feel so bad. There wasn't any gold on that side. That's good. There was a little bit on this side, but there's not really enough to write home about on this side either. So there we go. So then that becomes our second layer. Layers. Oh, dear me. I really should stop doing that. It's too much Shrek when the kids were little. And Donkey says, layers. And then goes on to say, parfait. Everyone loves parfait, and that has layers. All right. So then you want to sort of aim for this to sit about the middle and then squash it down into there. Again, making sure your card squashes this way, not that way. It doesn't really matter if your card doesn't squash that way, if that makes sense. So potentially, if it won't squash all the way that way, don't worry about it, because it doesn't have to. Okay. Ooh, it's looking good. And then we want the final layer. And I'm trying so hard not to do that. Oh, look at that. That might be... Oh, it's not quite the right size, is it? Wonder if it would matter. What size is it? It is 4.5, and I would have gone with 4. It's just a fraction shorter than 4. You know what? I'm just going to use it anyway, because I can. And this time we want it was 2.5 centimeters wide, so let's just go with 2 centimeters. So let's use the gold piece, shall we, Heather? So 2 centimeters and another 2 centimeters. That and that. Let's move that to one side, put that all out the way, bring it in. Ooh, scratch the hand, and let's attach those down. So the reason we're going with the middle bit is probably clear, but I might as well say it anyway, is because obviously we're going to be gluing those 2 pieces down onto the card. And this one here. Just has a slightly wider gap at the outside of this one now, but that's okay. It's probably not going to be that noticeable. Famous last words. And then we want this one to glue in as well. So we're just going to add a bit of glue onto there, and just the same on the other side. Oops. And then pop it in so that it is... You know what? I actually want it the other way up. There's a method again behind that. Oh, come on, go in the right place. There we go. Hopefully that's about even. Stephen? Hopefully your name isn't Stephen. Sorry. So then we've got it looking like that, and I wanted that gold piece on the outside. That's why I went, oh, no, I want that piece there. So then I did say we were going to come back and use this piece. Now, what I want to do is have something on the bottom of it so that it's going to keep it a little bit steady. But having worked out the fact that the envelope is about 16 centimeters, I had an envelope out here, which apparently I have very cleverly put away again. Is that the envelope? Oh, there it is. Good, good, good. Haven't completely put it away. So, yes, the envelopes are just over 16 centimeters. So potentially if I make the card 16 centimeters, which then therefore I can have like just about a centimeter off on this side, and it will still fit in the envelope. This is the theory. So therefore, I was thinking that I could get away with, let's see, putting my glue onto here, like this, and then having about a centimetre that comes out. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually. Wow, I'm impressed with myself. And that probably should have been slightly more... Too late. I probably should have measured it up against this top one rather than looking at... Yeah, anyway. Famous last thoughts, as they say. So then that can now produce a little bit of stability at the back there, so it's not going to fall backwards when we sort of like try and persuade it like that. And I was wondering about cutting it off. I don't know whether to put something onto that or not. I just don't know what to do. The other thing I did think would be kind of cool would be maybe to put a bow on top, to put a saying on here. You could even just put a piece of ribbon along there and tuck it around the back. That's probably something that you want to do before you finish making up the card like I have, which is where I got to last time. You know, I realised that I had forgotten to do several things before I got to a stage. But how cool is that? So, and that all came out of this card here. So now for something completely different, as they say in Monty Python. So there you go. I will finish this card off and decide what I'm going to do with it. Ooh, what to do. So you can go and have a look at my blog, check out all the measurements, which will be on there for you. And the measurements for this one will not be on there because I've made this card, obviously. And then you can come and join me next week where we'll do something else that's slightly random and card making-ish. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, see you next week. Thanks. Bye.